Yo, what is going on, guys? It is non-reality, and in today's video, I am making a guide on Crypt of the Wrestling Thoughts in 2024. So, Crypt of the Wrestling Thoughts is actually one of the spots that I didn't actually think was ever going to get popular. And when I made my last video on it, I was surprised with how many people watched it and was like, hey, like, we're actually doing this spot now. They updated it a bit, so it is a lot better. But everyone recently just needs debos, so I thought, hey, let's start here, and then we'll work on the other debo spots for the guides. But first up, obviously we have Crypt of the Wrestling Thoughts, because I think this is honestly my favorite spot for the debos. It's super chill once you get the hang of it. And with the recent update to like accuracy and stuff, you actually don't need as much accuracy. But we'll get into that. Let's first like overview everything we need to know about the spot. So first of all, Crypt of the Wrestling Thought, it says it's a 300 400 spot. I would recommend a little bit higher stats just because the spot can hurt, and also it takes a while to kill the mobs, so you're going to want a little bit more AP if you can get it. And if we look over here at the actual Crypt of the Wrestling Thoughts like AP cap, it is a 800 recommended with an 830 as the highest you can go. But since this is one of these spots where it is 70%, you can actually exceed the AP cap without really worrying about it too much. With like, other spots where it's like 10 or 5%, you really don't want to over exceed the AP cap. You want to start, throwing on different things that do damage that don't relate specifically to AP. But for the 70% spots, you can kind of just keep stacking AP and it'll still work out completely fine for you, which is what I end up doing at this spot. So like I said, 70 AP spot, keep that in mind. Now for the actual loot here, the main thing you're going to be looking for are obviously the debos. If you're here to grind the debos, but the spot is really good. I think it comes out to around 1.2 bill silver, depending on obviously efficiency. I've always said that depending on efficiency, depending on class, depending on how you like to grind. It can be 1.2 bill, it could be more, it could be less. It just depends on how you like to grind. Obviously, you got the trash loot and all of these amazing goodies. You get Ancient Spirit Dust, you get the Venomous Knife Fangs to turn into scrolls to do the Ebador scrolls. I can touch on a video on that sooner or later if you guys want me to. It's pretty simple though. It's just like a wave of fights, and you need a 5-man, or you don't need a 5-man, but it makes it a lot faster. You got Kaphra stones, you got Okrads to make crystals. You have the Forgotten Limbo seals, which is basically like the new thing that they added, new slash old. So before you were able to get like these tokens from certain spots to do a event to get rewards. Now they just made it at way more spots, and it's called the Forgotten Limbo seal. Pretty cool. Also, we'll have to make a video on that sooner or later when I actually get one. We have Blackstone. We have the lungs to make the La or Zeka outfit, which is the outfit that I'm wearing. I actually get a lot of comments asking me what outfit I'm wearing. It's just the La or Zeka outfit with right now I'm using a white dye. But yeah, that's always a cool thing to go for. Now, last but not least, before we actually get into what we need to do for the grind, so if you want to level up your drop rate for the spot, if you see up here, it says I have a 10% drop rate. It's because I have the node invested at level 20, and it is this node right here. I got a lot of comments in my old video like, hey, you're wrong, it's not this node, it's Thornwood node, but they changed that a while ago. So before you comment, make sure you read up on patch notes. Even if you hover over right here, it says connecting node Crypt of Resting Thoughts. So if you do get Crypt of Resting Thoughts to level 20, you will get the 10% bonus, not the Thornwood node. So yeah. So to actually get here, you actually need to kind of do a weird sort of tracking, unless they did change it. Let's see if they changed it, because I just said talk about patch notes, but let's actually see if they did change it. We'll click here, and they did. That's great. So if you just tracked Crypt of Resting Thoughts, you'll end up here. So this is good because you can just follow me in. So this right here is the entrance, and we're just going to go inside. Now we're going to stay to the left while we go inside, and we don't have to worry about the mobs. They won't hurt too badly because they basically won't aggro you. And you're going to come up here. Now there might already be a guy here, but that's completely fine, because I just want to show you the rotation, mainly because I'm a Zerker, and Zerkers suck now at most endgame spots. So I'm not really going to be able to kill the mobs, but I can still show you how the rotation works. Hopefully I won't get in the dude's way and he won't get mad at me. But before we actually get into the spot, let's talk about what you need. Now, I'm not going to go insanely in depth, but I will kind of give you an overview of what you want to bring. If you want a more really in depth on what you actually need to bring, you can go watch my other guide, because that's like kind of an all-around Crypt guide. This is more just like an in 2024, going over everything real quick. So for this spot, this is, although it is in the like Odraxia or Odalita region, you can still use Camisylvia damage here if you really want to. Other than that, I just recommend grinding like whatever AP stuff you have. Obviously, Kabu artifacts. I run Death Blow. You obviously want to run your main gear setup for doing damage. Along with that, you're going to want to run elixirs. I think elixirs are just the best here for damage and also some durability, especially if you're running more of a squishy class. It's going to really help if you run elixirs. For crystals, obviously, bring your like best crystal setup you have. Normally I just use this lazy one because a lot of times I go AFK and end up dying. That's just me because I'm lazy and I don't pay attention to my screen. But if you want to run something like more like this, a little bit more damage, you can even run some like, instead of running the Crimson Flames, you could even run something that does a little bit more back attack damage, like these Darkness Crystals, depending on what class you're playing, or you can run more attack speed if you would like, depending on what class you're playing. But yeah, so that's basically it for the actual setup you're going to want to be running. And now for the actual rotation, it is really simple. And this is why I really like the spot. It's a cool, simple rotation. And you don't really have to worry too much about packing like the mobs together. You definitely can, but there's a lot of mobs in each pack that you're going to end up going over the aggro cap anyway. So you're just going to want to go from pack to pack. And it is super simple. Basically, you start in this room and you're basically just going to take any mob that you see and you're just going to pull them together right here. And then we come over here, pull this mob. You see where this guy's at? That's another spot right there. You go around, you just keep going into here. There's going to be some mobs right here that you're going to want to kill. There's even a Faru spawn here. Isn't that so nice? And then you're going to come around here. You're going to kill these mobs here. You're going to kill these mobs in this side right here. And then you're going to run up here. There's going to be a few more mobs. He killed them already, but that's completely fine. And then there's going to be these mobs up here. If you do need to extend a little bit, you can kind of go up here, but I don't recommend it. I do see a lot of people run up here for like a little bit of these packs. It's like not even that many packs. There's like maybe 1 or 2 mobs. You don't have to do that. You can just go down. I know that there's like a big wrap, but I think it just takes way too much time and it isn't really worth it. I recommend just coming back down here, killing these mobs, and then resetting here. Another thing you can do is if you're in like a 2-man, I'm just going to bring this up quickly because I know if I don't bring it up, someone's going to comment it. If you're in a 2-man, you can do that room and then come down here and also do this room. I've seen a lot of people do that and a lot of people have commented it, but this is like, for solo, I don't really care about 2-mans. That's a little bit too sweaty for me, but you can do that if you would like to. I wanted to quickly get out of that guy's way just so I don't mess up his grind. But while you're here, there are 2 actual boss mobs that can spawn. You have the Dark Knight, which is basically literally just a Dark Knight class. She is super easy to kill. You just stay protected and kill her. She doesn't do that much damage. And then this other boss mob, you'll see the big, Dark Souls boss health bar show up, and maybe the music will start playing if you're lucky. Just kidding, there is no music. And then you'll probably die because he actually hurts a lot. So make sure you're not doing it at nighttime. But he just does a shitload of cone attacks that you can dodge because they will show up on the floor. But just make sure you dodge them because they do hurt quite a bit. But yeah, for my overview for this spot, this is still an amazing spot to grind. And I recommend grinding here if you are at the AP level to do so. And you just want to, change up a bit of the grind. And also if you want to get debos, it is great. And also if you want to make money, it is great because you can do what everyone else is doing where you tap debos and then sell the debos, which is always amazing. Yeah, if you did like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And honestly, I haven't been uploading as much lately just because there hasn't been that many updates I've really been excited for. Obviously, we got the Dosa coming out and we got a couple other updates. If you guys want me to touch on that, I definitely can. But if you have any ideas of things you guys would like to see, let me know in the comments because I'm definitely down to just do a shitload of videos on whatever you guys would like to see, even if it's small stuff that won't even do that well. I genuinely don't care. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.